Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR.
Welcome to the Labor Day edition of One Lane Road Podcast, live from the podcast basement studio.
Get lost.
Still going?
Yeah, we're still recording.
1 o'clock on a Monday, 1:15 on a Monday.
Labor Day.
Here we are. All kinds of good stuff to talk about, Lucas.
Are we going to cover these conspiracy theories? They're stupid.
As you know, Lucas is the brains of this operation. He does a lot of stuff that I don't have a friggin' clue what we're talking about. This is, Lucas does all the smart stuff. I know sports and I know music and I know fun stuff. Lucas is very smart and goes above and beyond my head every time he talks. He was watching a guy.
I was watching a guy that was claiming he had some type of proof of these, what would be what he later describes in the video as we have taken extraterrestrial technology and backwards engineered it into aircraft and spacecraft and whatnot.
That pops up on my YouTube feed. I'm hitting the back button. Lucas was down here watching this guy.
I clicked on it.
Looks like a pedophile, first off, the guy does.
You don't see glasses that big on a lot of people.
They're coming back around.
Yeah.
For fashion statements.
I think
everybody wants that Jeffrey Dahmer East Nashville look.
I think that guy was probably wearing them to maybe show a sign of intelligence. Because, sometimes glasses like that, you'll see those on people that are pretty smart because they really don't care what they look like. It's more practical, right?
Yeah.
They can see more of their screen, more of their paper, whatever. I think that guy might have been doing that.
Okay, well. So you asked me when I sit down, you said, do you believe in conspiracy theories? And I don't know that I do or don't.
Yeah,
give examples of conspiracy theories to our listeners.
Earth being flat.
No.
It ain't.
I've never done any research. The people are talking about it, though.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not flat.
Go ahead.
Dinosaurs being real.
That happened.
They are. They were.
I watched enough Jurassic Park to know that.
Yeah. Another big one, the moon landing.
There's proof. There's proof people walked on the moon. Right?
It's up there. I mean, we went to the moon. The JFK assassination. That's one that you can play around with, but I mean, the long and the short of it is,
no, a bullet went through his head.
He's dead. He's dead.
There's a conspiracy maybe on what happened.
Yeah.
Dude got shot. Video footage exists.
Yeah. He's not alive anymore. Tupac's not alive.
He's not on an island with Elvis, you're telling me.
He's not.
Even though he's put out 37 albums.
Yeah.
Since 96.
On this one in particular, when somebody's giving you some information as to what, they're breaking something to you, what kind of, like an aircraft, what kind of credentials would you want in that guy?
I would think hands-on experience, maybe an engineering degree.
Maybe. Had worked on a project, something like that. You don't want that guy, what kind of work he did on the project? He drew a picture for him.
Oh, like an architect, kind of.
No, he didn't make any schematics. He drew a picture for him of what an airplane that was going to go really fast might look like.
But is he a good drawer?
Oh, fantastic. He's a really good looking drawer.
Maybe we need to listen to his opinion. If it was a bad drawing, I wouldn't listen to him.
Yeah.
If he's a good drawer, let's listen to him.
Yeah, he's really good at drawing. He's really, really good at drawing. Those things make me furious. But I get why people want to get into them, because people want to know. They want there to be something else, right?
There's secrets out there. The government's holding secrets.
They are. They really are doing that for national security, because they're projects that may or may not work, because we're probably invading other countries that we shouldn't be in. Stuff like that.
So we got Benjamin
Button there on the screen that was
trying to break down to you why he sees things in the sky that go at 12 to 17,000.
contrails. That's another big one. People see, behind jet airplanes, they see those white lines in the sky. They think we're being seeded with stuff. People, they think the government's dropping stuff into the atmosphere, and they think that's what that is.
Like what? What's dropping?
Vaccinations, doing stuff like that.
I do.
That's condensation. Jet engines, they're making condensate out the backside of the engine.
I believe this guy's on another white line.
I do too.
Theory.
I do too. He's on the. I believe he is on the white line theory.
Yeah.
He's a nut job. Anyway,
what else did you find?
I don't know. Everybody knows I'm a Rogan head, and
I don't even know what that is.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, Rogan head.
Yeah,
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, he gets Eddie Bravo on there. Eddie Bravo starts talking all these conspiracies about things. It just makes me mad to my core.
And Joe Rogan eats that crap up, don't he?
No,
does he fight it back?
He fights him back. He don't.
Surprising.
He's not as big of a conspiracy nut as what he used to be. He'll say, I don't know. And here's the thing, I don't know either. Except for I know that the world's not flat.
You're pissed off about it, really?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm a little mad at it. I'm a little mad at it. People can believe whatever they want to, but you shouldn't be an idiot either.
I just said, God, you nerd. I just had that guy. I have no idea what it was, what the content is. God, you effing nerd.
Yeah.
And Lucas just looked at me for about a good 7 seconds without saying anything. He goes, do you believe in conspiracy theories? I said, no.
No. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done on that rant.
Well,
that guy's an idiot. That guy was an idiot.
I hope that hadn't ruined your day.
It didn't. It didn't ruin my day. That Bob Lazar guy.
Don't know him.
He's the Area 51 guy. He may have actually worked for somebody. He may have seen some stuff. I don't know. He seems at least. He's got the look of somebody that's pretty crazy.
I didn't follow
he might be.
any of that Area 51 stuff.
Yeah. You know what you do? You know what happens if you storm a military base?
You die.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how you run. It doesn't matter what direction you put your arms when you run. Don't matter if you zigzag or not. You ever seen an A-10 Warthog? You know what an A-10 Warthog is?
I don't.
I should have had that pulled up. You just go ahead and pull that.
Did you know you were going to talk about this?
No, I didn't. I didn't know it.
Nope.
Here's what happens if you storm a military base. Let me turn this volume up. Let me see. This is. Yeah, that's A-10 Warthog right there. You know what that sound was?
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah, that was a 30 millimeter cannon firing a bunch of rounds. That's what happens if you storm a military base.
Sounded like Compton on a Tuesday morning.
You hear that? That's an A-10 Warthog.
That's on Area 51? That's what they're going to do to you?
They've got them everywhere. I wouldn't storm Area 51 if I was all these people.
What's people trying to find out when they go over there and know this?
They don't know. They're going to run. First of all, if you listen to Bob Lazar and you storm Area 51, you went to the wrong spot. He was talking about places like 2 miles south or north of Area 51, this other place. So if you're wanting to see what Bob Lazar was talking about, you're going to the wrong spot anyway. Second of all, there's about 100 buildings there. You don't think they're going to catch somebody by the time they look in 100 buildings to figure out what's going on?
Do you believe more in ghosts or aliens?
Aliens, for sure.
Do ghosts exist?
No.
Why not? Give me your theory on it.
There's no theory on it.
Why? I mean, what's your opinion then? Why do ghosts not exist?
Because you're either alive or you're not.
But what about afterlife? What about like when somebody dies in your house and that fan starts moving on its own?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what that is? A lot of times there's a mouse in your fan
No,
spinning it around.
it's not. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, it's 100%.
It's a ghost.
I seen it the other day actually.
You saw
a mouse,
Yeah,
a mouse in a fan. You know what I've never seen? A ghost.
You don't have to.
You've
see
watched.
You're not going to see them because they're
way
ghosts.
too much Hollywood movies if you believe that ghosts are out there.
Well, because movies about mice and fans don't sell.
That's right. It doesn't sell. It's not quite as sexy to think that maybe your house is infested with mice as it maybe it's haunted by ghosts.
So why do aliens exist then?
Statistically, they probably do. You said, do I believe in ghosts more than aliens? Yeah. Statistically.
Aliens more than ghosts, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, aliens more than ghosts. Statistically, aliens have a higher chance of existing than
Why?
ghosts do.
Because you watched Unsolved Mysteries as a kid? I did. That guy's creepy as shit.
Yeah, he is. He is creepy.
Robert
I don't know.
Stack, maybe is his name.
He started that because his kid had gotten killed and it was never solved. That guy that was on there.
I loved watching that.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 shows that I watched after my mom and daddy went to bed. Unsolved Mysteries and Red Shoe Diaries.
I don't know what Red Shoe Diaries is.
Yeah, it was on Skinamax. For all you people that don't, for all you kids that are under 30, listen to the podcast. Back before you had your phone, anytime you wanted it to go anything you wanted.
Yeah, you had to wait till 11:30.
Cinemax on Saturday nights or any night became Skinamax. And it was
Like
the biggest softcore
11 or
porn
12.
show
Yeah.
you ever seen.
That's where, if anybody hears that Taxi Cab Confessions quote somewhere,
Yeah.
that's where it came from.
That was the HBO
Skinamax.
version.
Oh, wasn't it
Taxi Cab Confessions was HBO. Red Shoe Diaries was Skinamax.
Mm.
It's where they dry hump a belly button like nobody's business.
You're too high. Either he's packing some heat or you're way too high.
I don't even want to tell that picture we was looking at a while ago. pretty well given. We're two about the straightest heterosexual men ever had been, but I was following a WWE diva on Instagram the other day.
Ric Flair's daughter.
And I said, Jesus Christ, this dude's excited to be kissing on Charlotte here.
Yeah.
Or Luke, and I said, and I handed him the phone. I said, is this dude fully aroused making out on the beach right now? Lucas said, I don't know.
He's packing some heat. If he's not.
He said, if you're dry humping your hip bone.
Yeah, if you can hump your own hip bone, then you're either excited or you're packing some heat.
I said, never in my life.
I guarantee you that guy is not from the United States wearing a Speedo around.
No, he's got some descent.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are, just 2 normal men looking at junk.
Looking at packages.
What's wrong with us?
I don't know.
What's wrong with us? Very weird.
This is been a really weird way to start a Labor Day podcast.
But if we don't share that, then who are we?
Yeah.
If we don't share that story that we laughed amongst, we, like that very well could have just been a Lucas Dustin story.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what good to do
said,
us?
Check this guy out.
It was just like a teenage kid getting you just don't see a lot of average age men popping boners on the beach. I don't know.
In a picture. Got that hip turn so that you can see it. He knows what's going on. Got that little hip turn. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
either that or you know how like when you're like 13, you're hugging a girl for the first or second time, or you're doing that slow dance and you don't want to turn your hips towards her. So because you don't want to give away the secret, so you kind of get that little side turn. Maybe that's what he was doing.
And how maybe it's just coming full circle because it does start off that way. By the time you get in college and you're dancing on the dance floor, that's all because people don't know how to dance. I used to make fun of, and when used to do stand up of people like in the 70s generation that was dancing to "All Right Now, Baby, It's All Right," and they do the shoulder,
get out there and get after it.
They're about 2 feet from each other, just eyeballing each other, looking at each other, doing the little shoulders. And then it evolved into the 90s and 80s where it was just a straight dry hump on the dance floor.
Yeah, that's all.
No talent, just dry hump.
I seen a guy dancing one time at a bar, and I stopped what I was doing because it was so weird to see somebody that was actually dancing on the dance floor.
Yeah, and
he would like palm face his girlfriend or whoever she was to get her away from him, so she couldn't get up on him, so he could finish up his dance moves.
Well,
he was going after it.
Well, he turned out to be gay, probably.
He was. He could have been. He could have been. Looking back at it, he could have been palm facing her and reaching for a dude, but he was getting after it.
You had to dance back when Mustang Sally was in the bars. You had to dance back then. Rap music, you just straight up like.
What would be the dance moves to Black Betty by Ram Jam?
Black Betty. You're supposed to keep doing it with them.
Black Betty had a child, Bam Lamb, the damn thing going wild.
One more time with confidence. Black Betty.
Bam Lamb.
I don't know what the dance moves.
I don't know what it would be.
Probably just be.
Yeah, yeah, just a little arm swim back and forth, a little hip bounce.
Yeah, I wish I could see that.
Yeah, have you seen the Get Up? The Get Up challenge.
Is that the cowboy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen this?
Unfortunately.
What that little thing is?
Oh, never seen that.
I've never seen that. I don't even know what button to push to make that happen.
Look at the one with the nurse. That ain't bad.
Kara asked me, this was on the radio the other night. She said, "What is this?" I said, "This is the new." What was that song they used to line dance to? Electric Slide. I said, "This is the new Electric Slide." This would be all over.
I'm sure it is.
What was the name of that place we used to go to? Cotton Eye Joe. This would be all over Cotton Eye Joe's.
I'm sure this is going on at Bob's, or it's not Rodeo Bob's anymore. It's Lava or whatever now.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee you.
While I was in Cookville, that thing went from Ravens to the library to Rodeo Bob's to something else to Revolver. Keep on going with it. I like those nurses.
Well, you know, for her to have been so excited about getting started a while ago, she's kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, she's one of those dead fish, they call them.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell a lot by watching a person on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Just how much they can move their hips.
Yeah. I want to show you.
It translates to other activities.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. I did know that. I'm going to see if I can find this kid. And you tell me.
If they look like they're having a seizure on the dance floor, it's not good.
It ain't going to go well later.
It's not going well.
You think...
it's hotter than balls in here, by the way.
You think this kid gets picked on?
I don't know, man. Nerdy kids rule the world these days. I don't know, man. Like I said, weird kids are kind of dominating the world right now.
Yeah.
You know? Probably, though.
That kid can dance, though. This may be the only thing he can do, but...
But, you know, if he gets awkward, like if he comes up and awkward and somebody's making fun of him in the hallways...
And he does this?
He just drops the Trapper Keeper and brings out the dance, the Get Up Challenge. And says, "Bitch."
Yeah.
Drop the mic, drop his Trapper Keeper.
Just
drop the pocket protector. Sleeve
go,
down. A lot of feedback from the old 64 song challenge last week.
Yeah, good, bad, ugly, all of the above.
Everybody's got an opinion on when you do something like that.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it.
Well, what did we get wrong?
I don't know if we got anything wrong, but I'm going to read some text. So my friend Sydney from Tutco, she's listening. Now, she's not always listening to us, but she just picked us up recently and was listening to us. She comes out and with a list now
Bam.
of stuff that, but now, you know, you got to look at it. I told her that she wasn't wrong with any of her lists, but Sydney's about 10 years younger than us.
Yeah.
And she was raised on classic rock. And
did you about say colostomy rock? Because this 80s stuff is, there's some old stuff on there.
She's got some female stuff.
Now, this is a list of what? Good songs?
Yeah, basically good songs, stuff that she jams out to.
Yeah.
And now, I couldn't dispute a lot of the songs, but they were, you know, they're not always on the. I think you got confused. These are like the party songs, but as opposed to songs you've got to know.
Yeah.
Now, those songs, almost every song she's put, you need to know it.
Yeah, you need to know it. Dixie Chicks, Goodbye Earl. Did you remember coffee tabling to Goodbye Earl?
I don't think it was ever on the coffee table. Do I know Goodbye Earl?
Mm-hmm.
Probably every word.
Now, Winona, No One Else on Earth.
Did she put that one on there?
Yeah.
That one's a. I don't know that we ever. Probably,
I don't know that we did. And I I wouldn't say that we didn't.
I know that in Brad Craggan's little black S10 called Gerstle.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to a lot of No One Else on Earth.
Gerstle and Winona go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think so.
Leanne Womack's I Hope You Dance.
Never. We were dancing.
Yeah. I mean, I know the song. I know what to do. Tanya Tucker's Delta Dawn / Jamestown Ferry.
No. Do I know him? Yep.
Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
Even the girls wasn't even asking for man. Do 25-year-olds party that much different than 35-year-olds when they were 25?
Well, it just depends. Fist City.
Fist City?
Yeah.
That sounds like a porno I've watched.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a Laura Lynn song.
Oh, heck.
Yep. You ain't woman enough. Oh, Shania Twain, Any Man of Mine.
It's a pretty good one.
Pretty good song.
Any Man of Mine.
I don't remember having danced to it on the coffee table.
No.
Loretta Lynn's You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man.
Good song.
Dolly Parton's 9 to 5.
And I told her she instantly messed up with, "Why'd you come in here looking like that?" That's the song.
Yeah.
Why'd you come in here looking like that?
Cowboy boots and then painted on jeans.
Painted on jeans.
Sarah Evans, Suds in a Bucket.
Hey man, I used to like that song.
Yeah.
That was
I'm with her. That
was over the deadline. I think that was late 04, early 05.
Faith Hill, This Kiss.
No, Sydney, I'm sorry. I hate to let you down.
Yeah.
We weren't.
I wasn't about no Faith Hill.
We were more like, wait till you see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat that.
Trisha Yearwood's She's in Love with a Boy.
That's that really the top 5 female song maybe in all time.
X's and O's. Trisha Yearwood, she's powerhouse.
She's in love with the boys.
Terry Clark, Girls Lie Too.
Don't even remember it.
I don't even know who Terry Clark is.
She's about built like you.
Is she?
With a cowboy hat.
What I was gonna say was that the girl that was on Superman back in the day? Terry Clark?
No, it was oh man.
Terry something.
I used a Shania Twain song the other day.
Yeah?
Lindsay said, "I'm gonna make some ribs tonight." Me and Waylon love it when she makes ribs. And I just feel bad for her. She walked off too long. Charcoal. And as I was trying to
scrape them off.
Trying to be a nice husband, and I'm scraping them off and I'm pulling them apart. And she goes, "How are they?" I said, "If I make dinner and I burn it, Black, I better say, I like it like that, yeah." Waylon said, "What was that?" I said, "That's Shania."
That's Shania, buddy. Dana Carter, Strawberry Wine.
Well, and I told you last week, I don't know if I told you that actually, but I told many people this. This is going to be, I'm going to read a text while we're on this one. Strawberry Wine is a song that I'll never
turn it off, yeah.
And I guess Sam Hunt's got an acoustic version online because it said Sam Hunt's acoustic version of Strawberry Wine will get you pregnant instantly. And I may listen to that. Pause from his list to get on this list real quick. Doug Martin texted, how in the hell is Calling Baton Rouge not on the list?
Ain't that the truth?
So what happened?
We probably didn't listen to that one that much, though. That's a damn good song.
We probably maybe listened to it, but I know we listened to Friends in Low Places.
Oh, yeah.
But what had happened was Garth Brooks hates Apple Music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So when I'm eating my omelet last Sunday morning making this list,
he wasn't on there.
It wasn't on my Apple Music, and hey, I'm human. Okay, Garth Brooks is not on Apple Music, so therefore he didn't exist. But no doubt, Friends in Low Places.
I would say Friends in Low Places probably got as much play as anything on the list.
That would have probably been in the top 8. Baton Rouge was probably on there. Then he said, if you feel obliged to have a female artist on here to appease your large female following, at least make it Strawberry Wine instead of Fancy.
No.
I said,
okay.
He said, Fancy sucks and Dust on the Bottle is way better. And I said, you're not wrong. I shit the bed with Garth because I put it together from Apple Music. And I said, Strawberry Wine would be on any list I put together, but I figured I'd get crap for it.
Yeah.
He said, I would hope that you'd get more shit for Fancy, or at least Lucas should, because when you said that, I thought he was going to break down to a full-blown karaoke session. He got so excited about Fancy. I said, it's the best song ever, Doug Martin.
Yeah. Doug Martin, if I could figure out how to unsubscribe you right now, I would do it.
He said, I'm embarrassed to know you.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed that he said that about Fancy.
I said, Strawberry Wine is a classic. Breakdown Here also by Julia Roberts, one of my favorite He said that one's okay. More of a man. I feel like a woman fan of myself. Ha ha. Love the.
I'll tell you right now. I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room rundown track. Oh, on
the edge of.
On the outskirts of New Orleans. Yeah. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard pressed, and Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me that dancing dress. Joe D. Messina, Heads Carolina, Tails California.
Not a bad song.
Not a bad song. I'm All Right. Don't quite remember that one. And Bye Bye. I don't remember that one either. Both of them by Joe D. Messina. Reba, Fancy, Holla. And The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. Another pretty good song.
It's a good song.
Trick Pony, Pour Me.
Pour me, pour me, pour me another shot of whiskey.
Bartender, hit me one more time.
Yeah.
Now, Alice Cooper. She skips past the female. She's done with the females here and goes to classic Southern rock. Alice Cooper, I'm 18. I'm 18. I'm not a big Alice Cooper fan. I know what the song is. Blackfoot, Highway Song, and Train Train.
No, don't recall.
Have to miss me with that one. The Kentucky Headhunters. Come on now, Dumas Walkers. That's a good one. Right up the road.
I can't do Dumas Walker. It's right here.
It's right. It's right there.
It turned into a Mexican bar.
Mm-hmm.
And Walk Softly in This Heart of Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the 61 Days in Church, that's my favorite song Eric Church covered on all that 61 Days in Church mix. Can't go wrong with that.
Fat Bottom Girls, Queen, which she's got those reversed. Queen, Fat Bottom Girls.
Well,
yeah,
she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah,
that one should have been on the list. That one probably should have been on the list. We're not saying that.
Yeah. She just said Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah.
Apparently can't go wrong with any of them.
Can't You See? Heard It in a Love Song. We probably sang some of those for sure.
CCR.
Anything.
Down on the corner.
Literally anything by. And I won't even call the Ragweed CCR because there is only one CCR, and it's Creedence Clearwater Revival. Revival. I know what I'm talking about. It's the first album I used to have.
Yeah.
In Daddy's collection, that was the first one
Creedence Clearwater
Revolver. I didn't mean to say Revolver. I know who they are. Ragweed's Ragweed.
Yeah.
Creedence Clearwater Revival is the real CCR. I got the vinyl. I still listen to it. I've got CCR on a cassette, CD, and vinyl. Don't mess with me on CCR.
Carol messed you up on some CCR.
Carol will?
Yeah. She'll tell you apart on some CCR. Blue Oyster Cult, Godzilla. That's a good one. And The Reaper, another good one. Don't think we ever listened to those. Ozark Mountain, If You Want to Get to Heaven. I don't know that one.
I don't know. I know the Hank Jr. version.
Of If You Want to Get to Heaven?
And it's definitely not that one. Hank Jr. says, if you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little hell.
I don't remember that one. I remember Hank Williams version.
I've been called country. I've been called rock and what do you say? Feel it in my toe. Oh, feel it in my feet, and I can feel it in my toes. I've been called country. I've been called rock and roll.
Greg Allman / the Allman Brothers, Midnight Rider.
That's a
monster.
It got a spin or two, I guarantee it.
That's a monster. George Thorogood again. She didn't put any songs out beside of it.
Because you don't have to. It's George Thorogood.
George Thorogood.
You know how I forgot how good George Thorogood was until he opened for Kid Rock last year. I was like, I'm not going to watch Kid Rock because George Thorogood opens for him. Who wants to go listen to George Thorogood? Until I Googled him, and he's got a ton of hits.
I'll say he was a monster.
A ton.
Monster. That's a good call right there. Leaving just the colon out beside of it. I'm a fan of that. Here's one that I cannot believe that didn't get any numbers on there. Leonard Skinner. Give Me 3 Steps. Needle in a Spoon.
We had Sweet Home Alabama on there.
Mm-hmm.
We probably Give Me 3 Steps. What's my name? What's your name? Not Snoop Dogg. We had the What's My Name version of Snoop Dogg. We didn't have the What's Your Name by Leonard Skinner. Simple Man definitely was played back then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. I mean, look, I made the list in 20 minutes. I'm not perfect. I love the feedback.
Ted Nugent, Stranglehold.
It's a damn good one.
Man, Cat Scratch Fever.
Do you know Ragweed?
Wang Dang, Sweet Poontang. Didn't. I don't know.
I can't believe she would type such.
She didn't. I just remembered that.
Oh, okay.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pride and Joy. She's my sweet little thing. She's my pride.
Oh, yeah.
Joy.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Texas Flood. Steve Miller Band, The Joker.
Probably play that.
I'm sure. Depending on what crowd was around, for damn sure.
Uh-huh.
The Animals, House of the Rising Sun. Fantastic song.
She's got a lot of good stuff.
She does. The Hollies, Long Cool Woman, Witchy Woman. The Outlaws, Green Grass and High Tides, Black Sabbath, War Pigs. Now, while I am a fan of Black Sabbath and War Pigs, probably didn't get any play on the coffee table.
Iron Man maybe did.
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train, and Mama, I'm Coming Home. Aerosmith, Walk This Way, and Sweet Emotion. Now, those may have gotten some play.
Probably.
Yeah.
Both of those probably did.
Metallica, Enter Sandman, another good song. Not really the party crowd song. Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son.
Never got played one time.
Quiet Ride It, Come On Feel the Noise. Eagles, Life in the Fast Lane, probably not.
I love Life in the Fast Lane, though.
Mm-hmm. The Guess Who, American Woman. Thin Lizzy, The Boys Are Back in Town.
No.
Ram Jam, Black Betty, another we just talked about earlier. Van Halen, Running with the Devil in Panama. Never was a Van Halen fan. AC/DC, Hell's Bells, and Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
There was probably so much AC/DC played.
If Brad Crackhead was around, there was some AC/DC being played.
And Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Brad always had to make sure we played Motley Crue.
The Black Crowes, She Talks to Angels and Hard to Handle. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle.
I doubt those songs were played, but it's two of my favorite songs ever.
Joe Walsh, Rocky Mountain Way. 38 Special, Hold On Loosely. Bad Company. I'd say there was some Bad Company played. I guarantee you, Feel Like Making Love was played.
Yeah. It's a real panty dropper, you know.
It is. At 2 a.m. Billy Squire, The Stroke.
If you ain't locked it down by 2 a.m.,
you ain't going to.
And you're depending on Bad Company to seal the deal for you,
we ain't going to.
It's probably not a good omen for you.
What's going to happen is you're going to be left with your hand in your pants probably later on. Billy Squire, The Stroke.
Speaking of.
It's a
good segue.
Styx, Renegade. Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. Did it make it on the list?
Oh, yeah. It went deep.
Yeah. Foreigner, Jukebox Hero. That's a pretty good song. The Doors, Roadhouse Blues. Never was a big Doors fan. The Cars, Just What I Needed. You're just what I needed. Scorpions, No One Like You.
Sing that one.
I don't know that one.
But I'd say, because there's about 5 of these songs I didn't know till you actually sang them.
Oh. REO Speedwagon, Take It on the Run. Steelers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You. I didn't know who sung that song, but I do know that song.
Yeah, me too.
Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. Now, I listen to Rebel Yell all the time, not there.
Yeah.
That was, for whatever reason, a big song at Midstate Motorsports in the 2 years that I worked there. She cried more. The Beatles, Come Together. Not a Beatles fan. I would say that the Beatles suck, is what I would say.
I told a girl that once before and didn't go over well.
You know what the Beatles are? Overrated. Write that down, whoever's listening that gets mad at shit. The Beatles are overrated.
Underline it. Circle
underline it.
Lucas don't give a shit.
Led Zeppelin's Ramble On. There's a good one. Foghat, Slow Ride. Now I know Slow Ride got played.
Yeah. And I hate that song, kind of.
I
don't hate it. I think of the Dazed and Confused every time I hear it, though.
Yeah.
Or Cheech and Chong.
Yeah. Eric Clapton's Cocaine. I don't know if that one got played or not.
Nah, people were just doing it.
Yeah. All right. Free.
It's a joke.
Free, All Right Now.
That's the Patty's Place joint right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's when you get the shoulder roll and the finger snaps. The Doobie Brothers, Blackwater.
I don't know it.
ZZ Top's LaGrange. That's a good one.
I mean, Sharp Dressed Man probably got played.
Yeah. Here's a little piece of trivia for you. I've wrecked 3 times to Sharp Dressed Man, and I will not listen to it in the car now. I have 3 wrecks to Sharp Dressed Man. Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower.
Voodoo Child is my favorite.
I'll say I would have went with Voodoo Child on that one. Hearts, Barracuda. That probably got a little bit of play.
Maybe.
And Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, I Love Rock and Roll.
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
That one got played for sure.
I guarantee you. Good list.
She put so much work into that list.
Did a really good job with it, too.
You can tell, she's like, you can tell my daddy raised me up on Southern Rock.
Yeah, she did a good job. It was a hell of a list.
Yeah, we also text back and forth about Summer of '69.
Yeah.
Dropped the ball on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it coming into work the other day. I texted her and I said, "All right, we both missed this one." And Dixieland Delight. We didn't have Dixieland Delight on the list of all the Alabama. And then she said she forgot it on that list, but she texted me. Devil Went Down to Georgia. It was definitely played 2 billion times.
Yeah.
So anyway,
good list.
Then just to follow up on 2 more people. Me and Derek Woolbright was talking about this yesterday. He was like, "I know you." He said, "I know you guys don't always like to read stuff, but." Or, he said, "I always text you."
We do like to read stuff. We just get in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, he told me last night, he said, it just feels like it's worth it to text you. He's like, "I don't always text you when I enjoy something." He's like, "I know you boys work hard, and it's good to." I said, "Look, it means more than you know." Just to get a little feedback. He goes, because he said, "I know you got a good fan base, and everybody listens." But I know that a text will make you feel a little better. I said, "Well, yeah, of course it does." And it gives us something else to talk about because it's feedback.
Yeah. And if your feedback hasn't made it to the radio, or to the podcast, it's because sometimes we've read it and people didn't like it. So
yeah, now some people don't like being mentioned.
Some people don't realize that we might use that as fodder for the podcast.
Yeah, Kristen learned that real quick. Yeah, she started listening. So I guess just tell me you don't want to. That'd be the easiest way for me. When you tell me you like something to say, hey,
if you send him a text and don't want it read, tell him.
Kalen Witcher, a buddy of mine, also, he listens to us. And he said, "I can tell I didn't hang out your apartment much or without Keith Whitley on your list."
I listened to some Keith Whitley today on the radio, and I forgot just how good he is. I was thinking of them Sourwood Boys whenever I was listening to it.
It's hard not to. Yeah. Listen to that bunch. Keith Whitley is, I love Keith Whitley, but, that's... I don't remember playing "I'm Over You," and he said "I'm Over You" is a staple, and that's also my favorite of the big hits of Keith Whitley's "I'm Over You." But when you say "Nothing at All," "Don't Close Your Eyes," "I'm No Stranger to the Rain," all that stuff, not really the most like, hey.
He had some heartbreak in his in his soul, which made for really good songs if that's what you want to feel.
Yeah, I won't turn in because you don't hear him on radio enough. If you run up on one, especially on 104.7, they'll play the piss out of it.
That's actually where I heard him at this morning.
I'm sure, yeah. He said, "Can't believe you made the thick high school girls comment. It's true, so I can imagine the hell you gave or have got over it." That's not yet, but
yeah.
I'm sure somebody thought I was a prick for saying it. And he said, "Your boy's doing good. Talk to you later." And Matt Chapman, I saved your text message this time. I was at the Opry, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. He said, "Coffee Table Podcast was amazing. Probably my favorite y'all have put out." I said, "Thank you. I feel like a jerk for asking, but I don't have this number." So
who is this?
He said, "This is Chapman. I had to go to Facebook Messenger to get yours." And I said, "Yeah." I said, biggest feedback to come out of it was Lucas was wrong, right? He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Can we all agree? No way in hell, Hey Y'all is better than the club." He said, "I totally agree, but I'm also more of a country grammar fan myself." Right. So that was your. He said, "But you may be right. That may have been more of a high school thing." It was for Lucas a high school thing.
Yeah, I would say that the years may have screwed us up on that one.
Chapman's 4 years younger than me, so it might have been a junior thing for him. And here's a couple that he suggested. He said, "Right There" was awfully popular on the Jackson County back roads. Surprised it didn't make the list. Do that thing right there.
Right there, yeah. THURR, if I have to.
Yeah, oh, no, recall. It absolutely was, yeah. Same guy done Holiday Inn, wasn't it, Chinky? Both of them?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that may have been part of that song, but it may not have been.
No, it's 2 different songs.
Yep, Chinky, right there. 2006.
That's why it wasn't on the list.
He burned short and bright, huh?
But, well, was he Holiday Inn then?
Yeah.
It feels like that song was out then back then. It felt like it was a 2004 song. But I guess not if it says 06. If I had put money on that, I would have said 04.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Look at the other one we just talking about.
Holiday Inn?
Yeah.
I know that one was older. There's one song that I want I don't know what it was. Boy, that's weird. 2006.
I don't believe that. There's no way.
That
Song was 2004. I guarantee it. I don't remember.
the album didn't get released in 2006. Now those may have been singles that they dropped prior to dropping the.
2 years prior though.
It was released
No,
September 2nd, 2003.
Exactly. Like now, go back and look at the other song. I'm disputing that. I think right there was Out with Holiday Inn. Is that the album?
Let's see.
No, that's a song. We're just looking at the song
That was a B-side
from the album,
Oh,
Jackpot.
Yeah. So let's see.
Click on Jackpot.
Where you seeing that? Yeah, release on 2003.
Now look at the songs. Should have the songs down in here somewhere.
Yeah, right there.
All right.
Right there
I was
is
about
right
to
there.
say, yeah, I was.
Number 2, the first week, sales of 157,000 copies in the U.S. Currently sold 2.8 million copies in the U.S. and is certified double platinum. I wonder how long that takes you. I wonder how far that takes you, like money-wise.
I don't know.
I wonder if he's still doing well. I wonder if he's still got as much money as I guarantee you don't have as much money as he did in 2006.
He's probably doing some sort of tours, though, still.
All people, they'll tour forever. Won't they go overseas and tour? Let's see. $12 million net worth.
I believe you can
He's
make it
probably
on
still
that.
doing all right then.
They don't go far when you buy $75,000 chains, though.
No, it sure doesn't.
I end up broke. I got 18 cars and 20 chains.
I feel like, which that's that vibrato and, machismo or whatever it is. That's part of a different culture that I just don't understand culturally. But I feel like the NBA, and the NFL, they've started giving people
Training
on what to do with their money. I think some of those record companies ought to look into that.
Outlaw Women was another one I thought could have went deep. Other than that, y'all were very on point. We did sing a lot of Outlaw Women. I just consciously we could have made a 32 song bracket just on Hank Williams Jr. songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like Outlaw Women absolutely was sung a lot, but at what point? I mean, I had Family Tradition, All My Rowdy Friends, Dinosaur, and maybe Whiskey Band. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 Hank Jr. songs, so I thought I had to cut it somewhere. Outlaw Women is.
Why does that say? This whole thing is messed up.
But there it is, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason that other one was wrong was look when it says that Whiskey Hellbound was dropped.
Definitely not 2012.
Yeah.
It was like the early 80s.
I don't know. That's this whole Google or Bing is way off today. 1979. We just had a long pause out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
We both just quit all at once. We were reading. Folks. That's what happens.
He was reading, and I was going through my list over here. I was trying to figure out the next thing to segue to.
Pitch us to something else on your list.
Well, it seemed like it's an every week thing. We covered Cody Jinks and Tyler Childers these days, but a couple of things did come up. The Opry debut was amazing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Very solid night of entertainment. Daly and Vincent kicking it off, and
I've still not seen Daly and Vincent other than a video of I believe Jamie Daly singing under a bridge on a kayak one point in time years back.
Yeah,
that's the only time I've ever heard anything of theirs. The people love them.
Yeah, no, they sell out everywhere they go. I went to half of their show with the Bull and Thistle when they played there, which was kind of crazy.
I would say that's other than them being from there, that's still a pretty big get.
Yeah, it is. I mean, do they get them if Jamie's not from there?
Probably not.
Maybe not, but they had some pretty people, pretty noticeable people come. But anyway, I met him once at the Mexican restaurant in Gainesboro, and he was in there with my friend Casey, and which he's obviously friends with all those guys from Gainesboro that I know. They're a big deal, man. I mean, they are. They're Grand Ole Opry members, so
that's pretty big, right? Especially for a couple of guys from Jackson County.
I don't know where Vincent's from. Texas, man. I have no idea. I have no idea why I said Texas. I have no belief that he's from Texas. I don't know why I said that. But Jamie Daly's from Gainesboro. I don't know where Vincent's from.
I wonder if it. Surely they're big enough to have a Wikipedia, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think you just passed by. Yeah.
Daly and Vincent is an American bluegrass group composed of Jamie Daly and Darren Vincent, Aaron McCune, Jeff Parker, Patrick McAvenue.
Where?
McAvenue, last name.
Oh.
Jamie was formerly the lead vocalist and guitarist for Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver from 1999 to 2008. Darren Vincent was formerly a musician with Ricky Skaggs' band Kentucky Thunder and was also part of the famous bluegrass family group The Sally Mountain Show with his sister Rhonda Vincent and the Rage. Doesn't say where he's from, though. Well, maybe if I click over here on his actual name. Nope, associated act.
I don't know.
I don't know where he's from.
They did good, but then Cody comes out and Clint Black introduced him. And I've always wanted to see Clint Black, and thank God he didn't get cute. He played Leaving Here a Better Man, Killing Time, and then a cover of Mama Tried.
Huh.
So, I mean, you can't. I just said, I hope he plays Killing Time. Then I wasn't expecting Killing Time and Leaving Here a Better Man. So, bam. I don't think he could have done any better was play Desperado.
Yeah.
But Killing Time's the one.
So Clint Black come out and introduced Cody Jinks?
He was the one that invited him, I guess. So I guess that's how it works. If you're a Grand Ole Opry member, you can invite somebody to play for the first time. Pam Tillis had invited Ray Wiley Hubbard, the last time I'd met him. So, he invited him. But all the way, tweeted Stone Cold Steve Austin years ago and said, "What's your favorite drinking song?" He said, "No question, Killing Time" by Clint Black. So that's a little fun bit of trivia there. But Cody comes out and you can tell people are kind of giving him a smattering applause. And I've seen a lot of Cody Jinks shirts. They're all the flockers, as they're called. They did come out in full force to see him. But as a whole, it kind of felt a little like, all right, who's this guy? And he plays Must Be the Whiskey, which I know Josh Morningstar was very happy to see that get played. Josh wrote that song for Cody, and that does another version himself. And after that, kind of
a lot of fans,
a little more applause.
Yeah.
And of course, I went with Curtis, and to the right, this guy asked him, he's like, "You know this guy?" He's like, "Yeah, that's why we're here." Him and his wife start pulling out their phone, and downloading his music somewhere during Cast No Stones. Then Cast No Stones, and he finished with a rock and roll or Loud and Heavy, not rock and roll, Loud and Heavy, and got a standing ovation.
Oh, I bet. A lot of people left. Cody Jinks fan.
I guarantee it. After the first song, he stepped back and said, "I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared to death right now." And our friend Shannon from Gainesboro, she had backstage passes, and she took a picture with him, and she said he was shaking.
Really?
And she got
that's cool that he can still get nervous over stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, Clint Black was up there, been up there a million times, just telling jokes and had a crowd in the palm of his hand. But for guys like Cody, that's and I made an Instagram post of me and him backstage last year, and it was just kind of a fun little story for me to tell because the first thing I said to him was, "All right, Third Lindsley, the Ryman, Ascend." I said, "What's next?" He said, "Bridgestone, man." So he didn't make it to Bridgestone yet, but
Opry's a pretty good step.
Little debut at the Opry. That was there's an old saying that goes around in those circles. From you hear it at every one of these little things. Always go to the show.
Right.
And we talked about that.
You've said that a lot, yeah.
Always go to the show because you can watch these videos, and I know I just touched on this literally like last week or 2 weeks ago, but it's just not as good watching a secondhand video if you're there.
Right. Is Carrie Underwood an Opry member?
Yeah.
I don't know how she wouldn't be at this point, right?
I'm sure she is.
10-year Opry member anniversary in 2018, so she has been for a long time.
Yeah. Didn't take her long to snatch her up.
Yeah. She's a pretty good show, too, if you ever go watch it. Took my wife to that.
I don't know. I'm just, I look at her legs the whole time. That's what you did, wasn't it?
That's what I did.
That's what you did. But it's just cool to get to see all your, to me, everybody else can have these $100 tickets, $200 tickets, and go see these people at 20,000. I know I went and seen Eric Church at Nissan Stadium, but
about any time you go see Eric Church now, it's going to be.
But I can say, for my money, I knew Sturgill Simpson a year before his first album come out.
Right.
I followed that whole year from that Waylon Jennings tribute.
Right.
After he played, had the whole year to study up on YouTube films before High Top Mountain came out.
Mm-hmm.
Shooter, we all know the story there.
Mm-hmm.
Knew him for about 2 years prior to Put the O Back in Country coming out.
What they say, been knowing him.
Yeah, been knowing. Those are the two that I've always claimed that I could follow. I was late in the game with Jinx, but I got it just enough time where he was still playing the small venues. And when you and I went to Knoxville, he was. I mean, that was not a small. It wasn't small, but it was.
I would say it's not Ascend.
But we could have been right up there to the stage had we
just walked a little further. Yeah,
to not hang out by the bar the whole time.
Right.
Not be crowded. Crowded, I said. Crowded.
Yeah, that was a great big place, and it was. If you were in the first 60 foot,
yeah,
you were elbow to elbow with somebody. But
yeah,
there's plenty of room in the back.
Plenty
which is
of room.
where I stood.
I wouldn't have done that 15 years ago, but that was. So yeah, I'm proud as a fan. I'm not going to go psychotic like some of these flockers on the Cody Jinks fan page. And
what is that word you're saying?
Flocker.
A flocker.
That's what they call the. I'm not going to shit on the Cody Jinks fan page right now. I just don't. I wonder if he has some of the same feelings because he's starting his own official fan page.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you my thoughts on some of these fan pages. How just like if one of my favorite shooters, one of my favorite. It's just funny how some people will say maybe I'm fanboy, but dude, go find you one of these fan pages. You want to see some real fanboy? It's not even close. Supporting an artist and tweeting out some stuff every now and then, their albums. It's a whole different ballgame than what some of these cats take it. Like when you go to a Cody Jinks concerts and you got people dressed like Cody and you got the beard.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of that.
There's some Jamie Johnson guys that are like that, but
there's a lot of that at Cody.
Yeah, oh my God, they all got the same. Try to make the same look. So I always took it offensive when somebody's like, "Oh, are you fanboy?" Oh, okay, well, I hadn't tried to look like any of these guys.
I would imagine if you asked one of those people if they were a fanboy, they'd say, "Yeah, yeah, I am."
Their life. I mean, I'm being serious. Their life revolves around these artists. Some of these people's life revolves around these artists. I'm not here to judge about what people's been through in their lives. I know music can speak volumes to people, and it saves people and helps people. But I'm telling you, man, if Cody whipped it out,
they'd at least hold it till the swelling went down. Different note, talking about fanboy. You remember when Sarah Palin was running for president or vice president?
The porno they let out of her depicting her?
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't where I was going.
I never saw it.
She let a book out. She wrote a book. Her picture's on the back cover of the book, right? I was at a place, and this woman had changed her hairstyle. Knew this woman for a few years. Had never cut her hair or anything. Had always kept the exact same hairstyle. We went to this big event where there was a lot of people from this one place in it. And I know I'm being pretty vague. I just don't want to give out any details as to who this person was. Anyway, she carried Sarah Palin's book with her into this event, which was in a bar, right? And she had worn the same color jacket that Sarah Palin was wearing on the back of cover of the book, and fixed her hair exactly like Sarah Palin's, and had bought new glasses that was very similar to the ones that Sarah Palin had worn, and was holding her book on her chest, something similar to this. So as Sarah Palin's picture was right below her face, and her face was up here, so that people could see the similarity in the look.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know what she's doing. And at that point, I was a nice guy, so I obliged her and said, "Wow, you look similar to Sarah Palin." To which point, someone that was doing that should go, I believe, I know, right? Or something like that. I get that a lot, something in that area. Which, if you're holding the book like this so that people see it, is what you're wanting. You're wanting people to do it.
This has got to be a made-up story.
It's not. It's not made up. Well, she responds with, "I don't think so. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. Nobody's ever said that." And then held it back on her chest. And I thought, I gave you what you wanted in that scenario. Your best. You went out with the thoughts of somebody's going to say this, and I want them to say this. That's what you wanted in that scenario. So, me being the nice guy, I gave you what you wanted in that scenario. And you gave I don't know. Maybe not. And then held her book back on her chest. I've never heard that before.
Who the fuck you know ever took a book to a bar?
Nobody. Nobody's ever done that. Nobody other than that person's ever done that. And that's the only reason you've done that. The only reason that you've changed your hairstyle.
What bar was it?
I ain't telling. Only reason you ever changed your hairstyle, worn that jacket, bought new glasses, and held somebody else's picture up in front of your face.
I'm so embarrassed for this person right now.
Yeah.
I hope you made every bit of that up.
I wished I had. And I didn't. The only thing I could do was, and I walked off because I didn't know how to finish that interaction at that point.
That's weird.
It was weird. It was very weird. Anyway, that was just something that popped back into my head.
Strange.
Yeah.
Strange story.
Yeah.
Wow. You ever if you could pick one of your favorite artists ever to play your wedding, who would you pick?
Oh, to play my wedding?
Yeah, just if you somebody you really enjoy listening to.
At that point,
hypothetically.
Well, at that point, it would have been probably Shooter.
But what if you got married this weekend? What if you picked one artist?
Sturgill or Tyler, probably one of the two.
You're seeing some real weird vibes out if you send Shooter or Sturgill to your wedding.
So
Sturgill's doing a Chinese anime soundtrack right now.
yeah. I would hope that wouldn't be what he would play.
You may get Shooter playing "Don't Feed the Animals." I don't know.
Hopefully, those wouldn't be the things he played.
So, if you're asking, are you one of the people that asked Tyler Childers? Did you inbox him to play your anniversary?
Did that happen?
Apparently, that's the thing. Apparently,
asking Tyler Childers.
Apparently, that is a thing. He tweeted yesterday and said, "Let me clear half of my inboxes and let you know. I wouldn't play your wedding if it was the last gig that would ever book me. I'd rather be sick in a third world prison than play your Bridezilla's big day. I didn't do weddings when I needed the job."
What that makes me want to do though? Ask him to play my wedding. I never would have thought to have done that to him, but right now I really, 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 and most people now. I bet that had the exact opposite effect. His inbox is probably full. That could have been the best marketing scheme he ever come up with. He may be really, really, really wanting to play weddings.
No, he's not.
And he may have just got his
not.
inbox filled up right there.
No, I think he's pretty straightforward on. I think he's not hurting. He just sold out the Ryman.
Yeah.
4 nights in a row. Weddings aren't on his itinerary. He said, I've played a few weddings in my day, but I really, really love those people and genuinely wanted to participate in the celebration of their matrimony. But other than those few exceptions, nah. The comments are always the best.
Yeah.
And he said, what, a simple no wouldn't suffice? You don't like you're just telling your fan base to F off?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. These people are pretty, like I said, I follow these fan pages enough.
The people that really like Tyler Childers, that's how he should respond. That's how Tyler Childers would respond.
But these people, man, are so obsessed with Tyler and Cody, and they feel like they're friends.
Like they know them?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It is. It is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I've never known that I thought I'd known. And when I did, I figured out real quick you don't.
Right. I don't know that person.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care how many times you've talked to them for 15 minutes backstage or how many shows you've sent to them. You don't really know them.
Yeah.
They're not your buddy.
Right.
Like I said, even anytime I thought that,
that interaction, unless it's with him, every interaction I've ever heard of with him seems like it was a genuine conversation, genuine interaction. Most celebrities, you're not having a genuine interaction with those people.
Not really. They're there to, usually they're because you've bought tickets. I
would say they're giving you the thing that you've purchased at some point.
Yeah, even if you talk to them before or after show, they're going to be civil enough if they're not complete jerks.
Right.
They're going
to have an interaction that you can go away with, and hopefully it's a positive experience for both of them.
Tyler's pretty clear cut. On things. He does a lot of good things for his community there in Kentucky, but obviously he's not playing weddings. But people probably send these unrealistic things. You know, they're like, "Hey man, I got $200. Would you play my wedding?"
Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't know. I just know that these people, by following Cody and Tyler's Facebook fan pages, I walk away thinking, man, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
Like literally live for these dudes.
Mhm.
And it's weird.
I really want to send Tyler Childers an email that says, I've got $200. Can you come play a bachelor's weekend?
I seen some people put fine. Will you play my divorce party? I mean, there was some golden comments on there.
Right.
But
You know, the internet wins, right?
every time.
Every time. The internet's
Undefeated.
going to win. If you go off on a rant like that, kind of regardless of who you are, you didn't win. Somebody in the comments did. I don't know who they are, and they may not have made their comment yet, but somebody in the comments is going to win.
Oh, there was great memes like about saying, "Well, that escalated quickly," or "No, wouldn't have been sufficient enough."
Yeah. I like the, well, it escalated quickly. I like that. I like that one.
You know whose birthday it is today?
What is today? September the 1st?
Second.
2nd? Who's?
Hey, just consider that next time you pick your best man for your wedding, Josh.
Is it Josh's birthday today? Yeah.
Cucumber's birthday. Our old buddy Cucumber.
I may not have a good memory, but let's be honest.
Yeah, you may have been the best friend. Oh, me. I texted him this morning, told him happy birthday, and then he just said thank you. I still like Lucas better. We'll spare Cucumber
Yeah.
stories.
Love you, buddy.
We told Cucumber stories not too long ago.
Yeah, we've told cucumber stories that y'all didn't know were cucumber stories too. So
Yeah, that's true.
so you got a bunch, you just don't know it.
I've kind of shunned him the other day when he texted me and he's like, "This is a really cheap way to save gas."
He texted me that too, and I texted him back and said, "Hey, I think one of your apps is accidentally texting for you," and he sent me back a, "No, I let it do that."
Yeah, I said, "Are you a Russian bot? Is this you? Can you confirm?"
Yeah.
Then he said he'd slipped behind on the podcast, but he listened to like 4 since then,
Bam.
and he still wants to get back together with us.
Love you, buddy.
So
Mark it off the list.
mark it off the list. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the Shaq and Kobe feud. It's still going on 15 years later. Did you see anything about it?
No, I have not. I will pull it up.
You don't have to.
You gonna just tell us what it is?
It started off with a, you can look at whatever you want to, but it started off, Kobe was at a black tie affair.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like they'd really paid him probably pretty nice to
Be there.
To be there.
Mhm.
So I'm sure he's thinking, well, I'm here, I'm dressed up. Everybody knows the Shaq and Kobe story, but I feel like I need to send these guys away with something new.
Right.
So they said, the guy asked him, he's like, who would Shaq have been if he had your work ethic? He said, oh, you've been the greatest player of all time. He said, hands down.
Right.
He said, I've never seen anybody. He said, this dude was mean. This dude was scary. This dude was, all the superlatives,
Mm-hmm.
right? Vindictive, nasty. He said, but he was lazy. He said, if he had my work ethic, he said, I'd have had 12 fucking rings.
So Kobe said that.
Yeah.
He'd be the first to tell you that. This guy.
See, the problem with what he's saying there is he's kind of giving him a compliment.
Yeah. And I think it's what he meant. I don't
Yeah,
think.
he kind of got tricked into that being like an underhanded comment.
Yeah.
Compliment.
It's, I don't think, and I've shit on Kobe Bryant for years,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that was a malicious comment. I don't think he meant anything by it. He's just speaking the truth on how he feels.
Yeah.
Shaq and Kobe are a pretty good spot now with their friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, they had a sit-down interview for the NBA TV last.
That was a pretty good interview too.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And they're real. They're real. And Kobe says it to Shaq's face. Well, I'm sure Shaq heard the headline before he saw the video. He responds with, "Yeah, you would have had 12 rings if you didn't pass the ball, or if you'd have passed the ball more." #facts 2004 finals.
Mm-hmm.
The notorious series where they'd won, 3 championships in a row, then they lost, they reloaded with Gary Payton and Karl Malone. They made it to the 4th final in 5 years. And they showed Kobe's stats the other day. dude just jacking up a shot. Shaq shot over 60-something% from the field, but he couldn't get the ball.
Right.
Because Kobe's out there shooting 7 for 28 and 6 for 21 and just jacking shots up. And so, we all know it came to the end after that. And he says, and by the way, you don't get statues for if you don't work hard. The Shaq's got statues all over the place.
Right.
They've built statues for L.A. and LSU. Jersey retired in Orlando, Miami, and L.A. Let's be real here.
Kobe tweeted, "There is no beef with Shaq. I know most media want to see it, but it ain't going to happen. Ain't nothing but love there, and we too old to beef anyway. #3Pete." Shaq says, "It's all good, bro. When I saw the interview, I thought you were talking about Dwight. Is that how you spell his name? LOL."
Another unnecessary shot at Dwight Howard. Shaq didn't like Dwight Howard back 10 years ago when he put the Superman cape on and done the dunk, stole the Superman gimmick. But he was never as good. I mean, he's never as good as Shaq.
He was kind of a bust, wasn't he? Now,
back injuries really derailed his career. But he's back with the Lakers, and that's where they're kind of there. That's because Kobe has been on record saying he didn't appreciate Shaq enough until he played with Dwight Howard. Then he figured out what a lazy big man was. It didn't reach his potential.
Well, his hairline is saying, "See you later," isn't it?
Well, it's probably that stress from hiding his lifestyle. From being a 6'11" bottom.
Yeah.
As that tranny said.
Whatever come out of that?
Well, nothing. I have never heard anything else since.
Because there was the saying that she had done that to other people.
Yeah, right. So you never know.
Right.
Dwight's career, though, at one time he looked like he could have been a better player in the NBA than Shaq. I mean, with the Orlando Magic for that franchise.
Right.
He was very promising. But after he went to L.A., there was some good. Lord, look at that one.
Holy crap. Where's your hairline going? That's colored back in.
No, he needs to color it in.
Yeah.
That's he's got a little armpit on top of his head. But no, I mean, Dwight Howard had a decent career, but now he's been traded like 5 of the last 6 years. Or like every year for the 5 or 6 seasons. But enough about Dwight. And Kobe also said, just so it's known, he's still the most dominant ever. He tweeted that additionally. Shaq. I can't even concentrate on my argument here because you got LeBron's hairline pulled up here. You got NBA players' hairlines.
No. LeBron James' hairline pulled itself up.
Oh, man. I reckon. Wow.
It pulled itself way back.
Oh. That's fun. That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. LeBron James' hairline just said, "I got something I got to go do. I'll talk to y'all later."
He needs to just come home, as the black folks say.
That's funny.
So they're both right.
Yeah,
They're both right. Kobe, Shaq was lazy.
yeah.
He
didn't have to be. He worked as hard as he had to. You know what I mean?
Kobe was a psycho, and it's not a
He is,
and
probably.
and Shaq was right also. Kobe could have passed the ball more.
Oh yeah.
That unfortunately we don't.
One of the headlines there, whenever I was pulling that up, was this was Shaq's signal to freeze Kobe out if he got the shooting too much to the other people. So I don't know. I didn't click on it, so I don't know what it was.
You don't get to years later you get to look back, hindsight, and I know they would have done it differently. But the argument is, and they said it on television, I agree with it. Even Shannon Sharp, who I don't listen to Shannon Sharp much, but I agree with it. Kobe could have never been the Kobe that he would have been had Shaq stayed. Because the 3 championships they won, Shaq got 3 finals MVPs.
Right.
When he got him traded to Miami, Kobe got to have that season where he averaged the most points since Michael Jordan, averaged like 36 a game for the 06 season, 35 or 36. He got to have the 81-point game. He could do all this stuff. And would there have been room to grow if Shaq was their man in the middle?
Right.
Shaq went to Miami. He said, "Okay, I've been the man. I've been the man for 12 years in this league. It's Dwayne Wade's time." And, he didn't even know Dwayne Wade.
Right.
But he let that happen. Why could that have never happened in L.A.? Because Kobe was a dick from day one.
Yeah, it's all about the other attitude, right?
It is. And
he was obviously ready to do that. Shaq was obviously ready to let somebody else shine if they needed to.
But not somebody that's going to. And they really hit rock bottom when Kobe raped that girl, supposedly.
Allegedly.
In Colorado. And then he said, then the infamous quote was, "I should have just paid her off like Shaq does his women,"
Ooh.
which caused him to get in a little trouble at home.
Mm-hmm.
And it was never right after that.
That's one of those comments you really can't bring back, and there's really no call for it.
No. I mean, that's right. You're busted.
Yeah.
I'll bring another man into it.
Yeah, you're just take care of your business.
Yeah.
Don't try to bring somebody else down with you. That's kind of a bitch move.
But I was glad he said what he said, because that gives everybody else, I've obviously had to fight as a Shaq fan for all these years, the people that said he's only good at this, he's only good at that.
Yeah.
You had his biggest critic
Yeah.
openly saying this guy could have been the greatest of all time.
Yeah, bitch move Kobe said that.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, I've said it 100 times with people that said, all he do is dunk. Well, yeah, he used that to his advantage. But he had head coaches telling him, get your ass on that block.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little 10-foot jumper. He had the ability to.
Here's the thing about that. People get mad when you have an ability because of your physical stature. You have an ability to do something and people can't stop you from doing it. It's not your problem to figure out to do something that they can stop, something that they can play with. That's as an opponent, that's your responsibility to figure out a way to deal with that.
I've never ever, and that's why I get so pissed off. I
don't like to take up for Shaq in any situation. Let's be honest. I don't care anything about it. It's just because I know it aggravates you.
Right.
And so I try not to take up for Shaq, but it's not Shaq's responsibility to come up with something else to do that you can guard.
To me, that's the stupidest argument I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Well, he's only good because he's big. Well, George Muresan was
13'9". He wasn't very good at all.
7'7", 380. He was out of the league in 3 years.
Yeah.
Shaq had a specific game. It was boom, boom, dunk on your head, average 30.
Mm-hmm. And nobody could stop it.
Nobody could stop it. But don't tell me, a guy that I've watched, look, the Lakers and the Magic and the Heat, they were all on TV more than anybody else because of him.
Mm-hmm.
I watched over 30 games a year from 93 to the rest of his career. The guy could grab rebounds, lead the fast break at 7 foot tall. From his very first game in his existence in Orlando, he grabbed a rebound, took the length of the court, dunked it. Later on in the game, same thing, no look pass. One of my favorite plays he ever had was he got a steal in the lane against the Spurs in 0-1, which is still the all-time playoff record of 15-1.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan didn't do that. He goes the length of the court, throws a no-look pass to Kobe, taps it back, dunks it, speed walks to the other end of the court. I mean, there was no-look passes. He had crossovers. There's a video package I shared the other day on Twitter, and I said, just can dunk, right? He was doing crossovers. He had it in his game.
Right.
He didn't show it because he didn't have to.
Yeah,
He wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me the other night, you're not going to do that again, are you? At jiu-jitsu class. You're not going to do that again, are you? Well, yeah. Yeah, if you can't stop it, then I'm going to keep drilling it. I'm going to keep drilling on it.
And I love the...
I didn't that time because he said it and I did something else to him, but...
Oh, I'd have done it again. I'd done it repeatedly till he stopped it.
Yeah, he never did. He never could figure it out.
And nobody...
He got saved by the bell rider for that.
Like Mark
And
Paul
then somebody choke me to death with my gi 4 times in a row shortly after that. So I'm not patting my own back. I got choked out. That one guy just kind of irritated me. You're not going to do that again, are you? Yeah. Actually, I am. I am going to do it again. And then that guy that choked me out 4 times did the exact same thing 4 times over and over and over and over. You know what I did? I got saved by the bell because I couldn't stop him from doing it.
It's like this little pass me and Waylon used to play on Madden. It was one receiver I used to use, Kendall Wright with the Titans, come over from the left side, do a slant down the middle of the field, bam, bam. First and 10 every time. Waylon's like, you're running the same play. I said, stop it.
Yeah.
He was 8. He was 8. Now he kills me every time. But
yeah,
I love it when I listen to the Shaq critics online. They're like, Akeem Olajuwon killed him in the 95 finals. Killed him, swept him. Rockets. Who could ever, why do we put Shaq on this? Akeem was better than Shaq. Well, 4 championships to 2. Yeah, Akeem did beat a 23-year-old Shaq in the finals. Do you know?
And Akeem Olajuwon was a really good player, Hall of Famer.
Do you know what, when Akeem embarrassed, in air quotes, Shaq in the 95 finals at 23 years old and Akeem was 33? Do you know what Shaq's averages was?
What?
I don't know, 28 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks. pretty good numbers to be embarrassed. Maybe it had more to do with Nick Anderson missing free throws and them having nobody beyond their starting five on that team. It wasn't Shaq.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's take a quick pause while we beat everybody to death with Shaq again. So let's
it's a
take
hot
quick
topic.
Let's-
I'm not even done with it.
Yeah, hold on. All right, and we're back. The family was back in the house. I wanted to go see my little boy. Had the house to myself from yesterday after church.
Man, I thought I saw your truck up Patty's last night.
Yeah, I was tearing it down. I shut Patty's down last night.
What was last night? Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
What did you do when you were home by yourself?
Went to Lowe's.
Oh, yeah?
Got some electrical boxes.
Did you go to Bed Bath & Beyond while you were out?
Just Lowe's.
Oh,
Just Lowe's.
lame. Get some yogurt on the way home?
No.
Queer.
I worked on a four-wheeler a little bit. Worked on the shop a little bit.
Yeah.
Bed at like 9 o'clock.
Damn.
Got up early. Went to work today. The same thing I do every day.
Oh, yeah. That's... Hey, man.
Got a little extra time to yourself. What are you going to do? Nothing. Not a thing. Same thing I do every day.
Lindsay had a little bit more of that pregnancy mood going on yesterday.
Yeah.
Not going to throw my wife under the bus.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Any more than you normally would.
She woke up in a mood a little bit yesterday, and we were supposed to be at a cookout later on. We just kind of...
Didn't go.
No, we did. I did my own thing for the longest porn of the day. Kind of just did whatever.
Sometimes you just kind of...
Stay away.
Sometimes you wake up and you go, I smell a... Is that a fight brewing? I'm gonna do the ostrich, put my head in the sand, and get the hell out of Dodge for a few minutes.
James, when you don't listen to this, but somebody else can tell him, hurry up, build my building so I can have a safe haven. Safe haven. I'm a prisoner of my own home.
Sometimes you just go, I'm gonna go outside for a minute. I'm just gonna be outside. I get that way. Kara is the best at picking up on it. Whenever you just need to stay away from me for a minute. Unfortunately, we went to get our haircut on Saturday, and on the way back, some knucklehead kid, 16-year-old, and daddy's jacked up F-250 with 35-inch tires on it, real pretty truck, nice and shiny, not paying attention, windows blacked out, on his telephone, pulled out in front of me and Kara and Camden and me doing 55 mile an hour, pulled out and stopped. He's already decided that he's not going to pay attention whenever he's pulling out of his driveway in Carthage, right there in front of Smith County Motors, whoever you are in that gold F-250 jacked up. If somebody sees him, punch him in the...
You probably listen to Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah, I guarantee
D-bag.
you. I guarantee you Florida Georgia Line was playing, asshole. Anyway, he pulls out in front of us in that Pilot, and I slam on the brakes. Stuff's flying out of the seats. We're skidding down the road. And instead of speeding up to get out of the way, he stops and looks at us.
Oof.
Oh, I was mad. If I could have figured out how to have kept my foot on the brake pedal and got out of the car at the same time and ran up to him, I'd have just jerked him out of that truck. I was so mad. And Kara has known me so long and knows me so well. She never said a word. It was red boiling before she said anything else to me. All she did, she reached over and patted me on the shoulder and then just sat there for 30 minutes. Never said another word to me. I was so mad. I thought, I'm going to turn around. Then I thought, I'm 34 years old. He's 20, maybe. It's inappropriate for me to be this mad at that kid. Accidents happen. People don't pay attention. I've probably done that. But I was so mad at that asshole.
It'd been a lot cooler if you just ran him off the road.
If it had just been me, I would have got out of my truck and just screamed at him like an idiot, like a psychopath.
Road rage.
It just ran all over me that he wasn't paying attention at all. But, if Kara and Camden hadn't been in the vehicle, it probably wouldn't have made me mad either, though.
Well,
it was one of those, don't you understand that I've got a pregnant wife and a kid here? No, how could he understand that? But I was so mad that nothing made sense to me until, 20 minutes later.
Well, we didn't have that come to Jesus meeting in my house. We just continued. That smell was in the air all day long. There was nothing that caused it particularly. It just was what it was. And apparently, I don't back off of it well, though.
Right.
Instead of just saying,
I can say that.
yeah, no. Instead of saying nothing,
You picked at it.
she was on the kids about something. I was like, do we have to do that? Oh, what do you mean? Then I say, Lindsay, here's her. When I think she's being too hard on the kids, I say, Lindsay, don't Lindsay me. That's her saying, don't Lindsay me. So I did Lindsay her again. I said, what, Lindsay? I pushed it. Then she's like, oh, we got to cook out, I'll just say this.
Yeah.
She was not going to the cookout, it didn't look like, she said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to take Waylon to this cookout. I'll go. Bayless, get up. Okay.
Yep.
We're alive. And I shouldn't tell this story. It was just funny. I tell you this to tell you that I had too much pride. And she goes, are you going? I said, no, I'm not going. I said, no, I'm not going. Tell everybody I said hi. And she goes, well, fine. You don't have to go. Drive separate. I said, no, I'm not driving separate because I'm not going. And then so.
You went, though.
I did. But at first I didn't because you know what I did? I took my shirt off. Took my pants off.
Yeah.
I turned an extra fan on. I turned on Dave Chappelle's new Netflix stand-up.
Sticks and Stones, yeah.
And I watched about 10 minutes of it. And I started getting texts. All right, are you coming on your own way? Bring Jada's jacket that I bought.
Yeah, none of those things are happening.
And bring the life jacket. No, I did.
You did.
I'm a good husband. I'm a good dad. And I'm a good person.
You ever notice how sometimes you just need a few minutes?
Yeah, that's all it took.
A few minutes of just to go, I'm stupid. I don't even know why we were mad at that. I don't know why I let myself get mad at that.
Yeah. I got there. She patted me on the back, and I give her a. No, I give her a. I'm still stubborn. I just needed I had my fantasy football draft, my second fantasy football draft the night before, and I didn't get all the sleep. I got home late.
Yeah.
I needed some extra time to myself.
Right.
I went out on the hammock yesterday.
Yeah.
Bayless wouldn't let me sleep. He crawled up on me, which was sweet. Then Rocky crawled up there, so it was me and Bayless and Rocky.
That's pretty sweet.
It was pretty sweet. Other than I smelled like a dog, had black hair all over me.
Yeah.
Bayless was up and down. I fell asleep like one time. I sent him back in the house and fell asleep on the hammock, which is so relaxing for like 10 minutes. And then when they left, I was like, I'm going to be a dick if I go around these people because I don't,
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling it because my wife was on my nerves.
Yeah.
And I just hadn't had a nap. We get to our age, you got to have a nap every now and then.
I know.
Like a child. I used to hate naps. I thought naps were the biggest waste of a day ever. I've never been a fan of them. I feel like shit when I wake up from a nap. But I wanted one yesterday. So at 4:30, I set my alarm for 4:50. And I rolled over and turned Chappelle off. Put my head under a pillow. Slept for 20 solid minutes.
I was about to ask you, what kind of a napper are you? Are you a 20-minute guy or a 2-hour guy?
I prefer a quick one.
Yeah, but if you just sit down and fall asleep, what kind of nap are you going to take?
Probably an hour and a half. It's not a 2 hour, 3.
Well, yeah, that's probably me. I'm never going to get 20 minutes.
I didn't want 20 minutes. I just knew if I took longer, then.
But you know how sometimes a 20-minute nap is like a supercharger?
Did I tell you the day me and Waylon came home from the WWE event we went with Mackie and Don to? By the time I got to Lafayette, like I was fighting it by the time I get to Westmoreland. Like from Westmoreland to Lafayette, dude, I was like swerving all over the road, looked like a drunk driver. I pulled into Lafayette Walmart, set my alarm for 18 minutes. And I slept in Lafayette Walmart parking lot for 18 minutes and drove home wide awake like I had a shot of espresso.
Is that the craziest thing? A 20-minute nap sometime will make you feel like you just had a...
Yeah.
But I can't do that.
Yeah.
If I'm going to sit down, I'm going to fall asleep. I'll see you in 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 2 hours. I don't maybe, but I mean, over an hour is ideal, but I just knew if I laid there like I wanted to, I wouldn't go to the cookout.
Right.
And those people are good to me, so I like them. So I got up and put my clothes back on. Got all the shit that I was supposed to get on the honey-do list. Then got the jacket, got this life jacket for Bayless.
Put the pants back on, put the shirt back on.
I did put all those back on, thank God, for everybody that was there. And when she was like, hey, you fix you a plate? Everything was good on her end. We used to have knockdown, drag out. Like our neighbors should have, like when we lived in Cool, our neighbors should have paid us $9.95 a week. Because we were just out there, acting fools when we was kids, and like I don't want to fool with you.
I'm mad for a long time.
I'm mad. I'm like, I was good in the garage and like zone out and listen to music and trying to get over my own way. And she'd be like, hey, I'm going to Walmart. You want to go? Hell, no. I was a dickhead 15 minutes ago. What do you mean? No, I don't want to go to Walmart with you. Go to Walmart.
Uh-huh.
But I go to Walmart every time.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going. You want to go with
And
me?
it makes it better, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, eventually.
Yeah.
But to me, I can't forgive
Something
that
about-
quick.
Something about, I'm still mad. But something about being locked in a car side by side, writing a grocery list out. I've done that. Just sit there. What are we getting? What are we getting?
need?
What do we need? What aisle's that down? Where do I put that on the list?
Maybe I'm just ornery. I thought you were more ornery than me, but maybe I'm more ornery than you.
I'll be mad. If I get mad, if I ever get mad, I'm mad for a couple hours. I'm not. I'll still be prickly 2 hours later. You know, I'll still snap at you, but I'm over it pretty quick nowadays.
Well, I try to. I'm still working. I'm a work
I
in
might say
progress.
something snotty later, like a
Absolutely,
little
I'm going
brat.
to.
Yeah,
I'm the worst, man.
Yeah.
Really, I didn't win.
if I get mad, I turn into a 13-year-old kid again.
I didn't win best personality in high school.
I did.
I may be
I
sociable,
may have.
but the last thing we're going to
Cover it.
I know we're probably running long. Not really, probably. Too.
No, hour and 25. It's not bad.
Well, I thought I screenshot it quicker. This is pretty hilarious. I was at the Sounds game the other night. Shout out to the Sounds for putting on a great show. We got to go meet John Morant, who was the number 2 overall pick in this year's NBA draft. Great story because he's a Murray State kid who plays against Tech. You remember we looked up those John Morant highlights, him dunking on people after Rinks is the one that smarted me up to him.
Yeah.
Rinks is the one that said, "Hey, you seeing Ja? I don't know who the hell Ja is." I'm like, dude, how am I behind on this guy? But anyway, Grizzlies took him. He was at the Sounds game. We got to go meet him. So that was neat because you never know. Like they're saying he has all the potential in the world to be superstar.
Right.
And my boys in Memphis that I'm friends with said he's not a real personable person. So if you can get him in Nashville for free, you better do it because there ain't gonna be a lot of opportunities.
Right.
He's not a talkative guy. But anyway, as we're at the Sounds game, which don't think I didn't notice your Facebook message cookie, Brad Method. He says the best part about this post is you're at a baseball game. And I said, where at? I played dumb. I was like, I'm not that stupid. Yes, I know. I was acknowledging I was playing stupid. So Chris Boone tags me on Facebook in a Facebook post, and this took me back. This took me back 20 years.
Yeah.
This took me back 15 to 20 years. Gotta love the irony of a generation raised on making prank phone calls only to be terrorized by daily robocalls now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And we just laughed, and he tagged me in it, and so many memories of me and Chris Boone.
I would say there's been many a call come from Wayne and Marilyn Boone's house, prank calling people.
Yeah.
Star 67?
Still is to this day, yeah. He reminded me of a couple that we did back in the day. There was a classmate of yours, female girl that we called, and I convinced her that her parents had won a big screen television from DT McCall's in Lafayette, and she needed to, when they got home, they needed to call and claim their prize.
Yeah.
That was one that we called about. So me and Mackie are talking about this on the way back from the Sounds game, and so that was one. That was one we done. That was one of the.
I don't know
Keens.
which one who that is, but I want to know after we get done.
All right. I mean, there's there's no shortage of prank calls that I've done over the years.
Yeah.
There's the one that Lindsay always shares from our vacation with OnStar, where I'm talking in my Indian voice.
Uh-huh.
That is 8451 828. The number 8. The number 8. Did you get the number 8? Yes, I got it, sir. Very good, Angie.
Yeah.
There's that one. Then it just goes on forever. The Mackey's like, do you remember the one you done on the way home from the Titans game that year? I said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, the Waffle House? I said, no. And man, I just got such a bad memory. And I guess where a lot of these fun stories come from, a little kickback of the
liquid courage.
Liquid courage, but other people remember it. Why can't I?
I don't know, man. That's like Amanda Purdue remembering that time that I apparently sang at FFA camp. I don't have a recollection of it. I've tried to remember that since then.
Jesus Christ. You feel like it's something that big. You at least remember you being on stage.
Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't remember what you sang, but you remember being on stage.
I'd at least remember standing there.
Yeah.
I believe that it happened. I just don't remember it. I mean,
guess.
it's something I've cut completely out of my memory.
And I said, Mackie, I don't know. You're going to have to go into more details. He's like, do you remember the time you Googled a Waffle House in New York, placed a to-go order, and then gave them Thad Johnson's phone number?
That's hilarious.
So Thad's having to answer phone calls. They called him like 14 times
Trying to deliver that.
trying to say, hey, your food's ready.
Yeah.
So, and I've called his dad. I've called Steve a few times, Steve, Jeremy's dad. And he's like, call him. Call old Steve. I said, Mac, it's 11 o'clock. I can't, because Waylon was with us. And I said, I can't sober call your dad at 11 and not sit on my conscience that your dad.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to wake your dad up. He goes, hell, Steve's up 11 o'clock. I said, are you sure? Yep. So he goes, hello. I said, hello, Mr. Mackey. My name is Habib, and I would like to talk to you from the, I am with the General Insurance. Not interested.
Click. Hang up.
Okay.
Did it ever occur to you prior to calling him that he was a state trooper? It might be able to
trace
your call.
Nah. Because I figured we'll tell him anyway. So Jeremy calls him. Hello. What are you doing? Well, I just getting ice cream. Not only was he awake, he was out getting ice cream. He goes, you ain't going to believe just what happened to me. Some damn asshole called me trying to sell insurance. I told him I wasn't interested. So as he's on the phone, I star 67, call him back. Hello. Hello. My name is Habib. Once again, if you're interested in insurance, no problem. Not interested. Hangs up. Call him back a third time. Hello. Habib has been speaking with you, Mr. Mackey. I am over now to collect payment. All we need is your social security number and your bank routing number and your account number, please. We also deal in, we sell encyclopedias and vacuum cleaners as well as insurance. We can get you on one big deal today. Now, let me tell you something, buddy. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at. It's 11:20. I said, hello, I'm in San Bernardino, California. It is also just 9:20 here. We could make deal. All I need is all of your financial information, banking info. Now, I don't even know what the hell you're saying, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't appreciate it. It's 11:20. Mr. Mackey, do I sense the fact that you do not want to make transaction? We will make money. Your account will be safe on our end. Let me tell you something, buddy. By God, you can quit calling me anytime. You're probably taking a shit somewhere in a pyramid. I said, no, sir. I'm in San Bernardino, California and home. By God, I don't care where you're at. I tell you what. And he said, I'll just tell you what, buddy. I said, no, Mr. Mackey. We need to make transaction right now before you get angry and hang up. Well, we have got everything processed. We need to make finalize. No, you can go suck on a big camel toe, buddy. Hangs up on me again. Me and Mackie are
dying,
crying because.
Now, is he still on the line?
No. He's
hung up.
He hung up. No, Waylon took his earbuds out long enough because he heard us all laughing the second call. So he's like, what are y'all doing? I said, we're prank calling Mackie's dad. What is wrong with you guys?
Y'all are adults.
Yeah. Me and Mackie are both crying. I mean, I had to wipe tears, and Goose was back there, horse laughing, and I hadn't talked to Mackie all weekend to see. But Steve Mackey was pissed off. You go suck on a big camel toe, buddy. Oh. But
that's mad. That's mad. You
tell shit in a pyramid.
You tell somebody they're probably taking a shit in a pyramid. You're mad. You're mad.
He's pissed.
You ever been so mad you told somebody to go suck a camel toe?
Maybe something else, not a camel toe. And had some borders to it there, didn't it? Oh my God! No, but that's not the. I mean, boy, I would like to have all. I'd like to be able to just sit back and know that sit at Jeremy's house and the people that we called.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't remember what y'all were doing, but I come out there one day, and he said, Hey, how many numbers does a credit card have? I said, I don't know, 16, I believe. He goes, I knew you'd know. I said, why? He said, I don't know, I just figured you had one. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, Dustin's got 16 numbers. You need 16 numbers. And I don't remember what y'all were doing, whether you were making up 16 numbers to give to somebody or if y'all were getting 16 numbers.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We called this one old boy that had been a prick to him, to him. Pronouns, pal, Jeremy. I said, well, we can fix that. We called his house.
Yeah.
Said, Billy home? Well, no, why? He's supposed to make me some drugs earlier. Hung up on him.
Yeah.
It's the dad.
Yeah, I was like, you called the dad and told the dad that?
We supposed to make with some drugs. Jeremy said, I don't know if that was too far.
That might have crossed the line. that guy's dad's going to be pyramid shit mad here. Just
well, buddy, my son ain't a damn drug dealer, and you go suck on a camel toe.
You know what you can do? You can suck a camel toe, first of all.
It's 11 o'clock here in Malls, son. What are you doing calling so late? Suck a camel toe.
But what is it you was wanting now?
Billy ain't got it. I got it right here.
I got it. Don't worry about it. I got
little gram bags everywhere.
Yeah. Oh. Well, let's end on that.
Pretty sure we should.
All right, people. We love you. See you next week.